We are joined here in the studio by Oregon Senator Ron Wyden. Welcome. Always good to talk to you when you stop by on these Fridays.
Good to be home.
Something interesting that affects almost every one of our viewers, Senator. You have now introduced the Bill of Rights for airline passengers. What is that going to be about?
First of all, I'll just tell you, Jeff, most folks think it's long overdue. Yes. You know, it is really hard for an Oregon family to save for a vacation, and then they get slapped with all kinds of extra fees and charges, end up with cancellations. I just don't think it's right. So this just makes sure that they get basic consumer protections. If they're denied boarding, for example, when they have a ticket, those kinds of things, it's just not right.
Will the airline lobby really fight against this, though?
No question about it. And the question is whether the Federal Aviation Administration is going to take them on. I'm going to push the FAA very hard to do so.
One of the most immediate things might be if your baggage is lost or damaged, you'll get some money back.
That's it. And there's a question of speed. And in a lot of these instances, people just get worn down by the bureaucracy. Yeah. They see all these extra charges, all these extra fees. They have to fight for their refunds. What this says is we're finally going to get the consumer a fair shake. Okay,
something that happened yesterday is you joined a small group of Democrats who have want to start an impeachment inquiry against the president. And you wrote an op-ed even in a local paper here about that. Why?
I appreciate your asking because I want Oregonians to know what really tipped my judgment here. The president has repeatedly been saying that he basically can do anything he wants under Title II of the Constitution as our president. And that is just factually wrong. That's how I open the article. I say, no, Mr. President, you can't do that. And it just seems to me the Mueller investigation alone warrants, where you had 10 instances of obstruction of justice by the findings of Mr. Mueller, that alone suggests that you ought to have a follow-up inquiry in the House of Representatives, and it's an Article I inquiry, and if the House feels it's appropriate, they can recommend impeachment.
What is the likelihood of that happening?
My sense is, based on the number of members of Congress who have been concerned about these kinds of statements, like the one that moved me, they're picking up a lot of sponsors. I think they're over half of the House Democrats already.
Okay, we're back again. Another election's coming up soon. We're already hearing the Russians are starting to meddle. There's going to be some fraud in this election. You've been sounding the alarm of let's get election security. Where does that stand right now?
Let me tell you about something that happened just a week or 10 days ago. We had a election security briefing in the Capitol. All the top officials came. I can't get into what is classified, but all of them said, nothing to worry about here, nothing to see here. That was their message, and a whole lot of senior Republicans came out and said that. A few days after that, and we had worked with them, there was an exhaustive analysis that showed that all over the country, you have scores of jurisdictions using outdated voting machines. They're using Windows 7, and according to the experts, those kind of outdated voting machines would be ripe for hackers. So we're trying to get Mitch McConnell to allow us to have election security legislation on the floor. Let's have Democrats and Republicans and independents debate it.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Well, thanks for stopping by. And as always is custom, you usually, when you exit the set, you walk over into the weather with Natasha.
That's right.
It's a tradition.
It's a tradition.
Well, go ahead and take your spot there on the green screen.
Good to see you, Senator. Thank you.
Thanks for being here. We appreciate it.